Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre, and today I want to talk about kind of a fun topic, fears that nobody talks about. So, there's a lot of things that, as a coach and as a therapist, people will share with me that they're embarrassed to share, and one of them is the fear of getting better. It's a curse that I put on just about everybody that I work with. I hope it gets so good you can't stand it. But the truth is, getting better is scary, and acknowledging our own progress is hard. And just having a sense that we've made progress, I mean, it's hard to measure our own growth, but to really take credit for it and to begin to integrate that, this is where we usually get a little bit superstitious and we say silly things like, I don't want to jinx myself, or we feel some compulsion to knock on wood. There's a lot of fears that folks have that we just don't talk about them. So I've had at least 100 people tell me, I don't know who I'll be if I let go of all this anger. I don't know who I'll be if I let go of all this pain. And I'll tease them and say, well, you'll be the same jerk, but with a lot less pain and anger. Depression and anxiety over the course of our lifetimes often become normative. It makes me a little bit crazy when I see Facebook memes referring to a person's anxiety as just something that has to be there because it's always been there. And the truth is, those can be overcome. But we don't seem to have that expectation. We seem to resign ourselves to some type of fate in our mental health, and we just continue on as though there's no other option. But when we get sick and tired, that's when we make the investments. That's when we start working with a therapist or start working in a 12-step program or make some other investment in our overall well being. And then the insanity of it all is that we're uncomfortable acknowledging our own success. We're uncomfortable acknowledging that I haven't even had those thoughts in the past few days, or I haven't cried in the past week, or I haven't had a day where it was hard to get out of bed. Superstition is our go to. It affords us the illusion of control. It is something that we just feel compelled to do. Alternatively, we might acknowledge that our growth is spiritual. We might acknowledge that our growth is something that can be built further upon. But when we're trying to stay inside of our comfort zone, we'll attribute it to other people's efforts, we'll attribute it to luck, we'll say that it was just a fluke. So, my hope is that we learn to internalize the good things and, of course, progressively let go of everything that hurts, let go of past resentments, let go of the pressure that we put on ourselves, especially because too many of us are still fighting losing battles for self control. So if you're worried or anxious that you're getting better, that's okay. That's normal. You don't yet know how to be that healthier person. And you have to give yourself time to adjust. You have to give yourself some credit. You have to be able to integrate the gains that you're making. And ideally, you have some people in your life that support and encourage that growth. But keep setting those goals, keep setting small steps for yourself. And then when you achieve those, make sure you celebrate. We work too hard to overcome, not to feel good about it. So, as uncomfortable as it is, acknowledge your successes. If you have a couple of people really close to you in your life, share those successes. They'll be happy for you, they'll be proud of you. And then, ideally, a little bit at a time, it's going to change how you feel about you, how you see you, what you allow into your life, and everything can build on this. Everything can get better. But it's okay that you're uncomfortable. It's okay that you're anxious. And a little bit at a time, you're going to become a more authentic version of you. Somewhere between you and your higher power and your support system, a whole lot of things are possible. If you have questions about that, please email me, jim@sobernow.com. If you have topics or questions or concerns, I'd love to hear about them. If you would, please, a like on the video would be really helpful. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube station and share with friends and family so we can expand the conversation. Thanks, and please take excellent care of you.